Hi Fitness ladies, Michelle here. Today I've got a great low impact strength workout for you to do. You won't need any weights or anything for today's class, it's all body weight. I will get you to grab a resistance band if you have one at home. If you don't, that's no stress, you can still do the class without it. What we're going to do is start off with 20 seconds on the clock, going through 3 different exercises. If you do have a resistance band, I'll get you to start by putting it above your knees like this. The first 30 seconds, we're going to go into some little crab walks, taking steps from side to side like that for 20 seconds. Then the next exercise, you can move the resistance band, if you have it, to your ankles. Little bend through your knee, tap back with one leg and back again. Tap back and back again. You want to feel it through the back of your leg as you tap back. If you don't have a band, that's totally fine. You can do it without the band. Then for the final exercise, we're just going to warm up through our upper body, doing arm reaches. So just reaching across like that, moving across with your torso as you do the exercise. All right, I'm going to pop 20 seconds on the clock. We're going to do 4 rounds of that as our warm up. Let's get started. 20 seconds on the clock, team. We are starting off with our crab walks. Make sure if you've got a resistance band, it's above your knees, squatting down nice and low and then stepping from side to side. Really try and activate through that side part of your glutes. Alright, we're going to go into our kickbacks now, so move the band around your ankles if you've got it, squat down slightly and then kick straight back with that leg. So you want to try and feel this through the back of your leg, through your hamstring. Try and keep your hips nice and steady and just kick back through that leg. And swapping sides, ladies, we've got kickbacks on the other side. Keeping those hips steady, activating through our glutes and hamstring. Alright, moving on to our overhead reach. So we want to really rotate through each side on this one, warming up through our upper body. Let that torso move with your body as you reach overhead. Getting a really good twist here, doing well, ladies. We've got crab walks coming up next. And kickbacks starting in 5 seconds. And swapping sides, we've got kickbacks on the other side. And getting ready for our overhead reaches starting in 5 seconds. We've got crab walks coming up next. Squeezing through those glutes on our crab walks, make sure you stay nice and low the whole time. Should really be feeling a burn through those glutes, ladies. Kicking that leg nice and straight back on those kickbacks. Keeping your chest up, hips steady, just kicking straight back with that leg. Good job, ladies. Keep going. We've got crab walks coming up next. Kickbacks starting in 5 seconds. And swapping sides, we've got kickbacks on the other side. And getting ready for our overhead reaches starting in 5 seconds. Great job, ladies. I hope you are feeling nice and warm now. We are going to go on to our first strength set for the day. We've got a few different exercises for you to do, focusing on glutes and core as well. So all of our exercises are going to be on the ground, so you can join us on the floor. We're going to start off with a glute bridge. So for our glute bridge, we want our feet shoulder width apart, hands flat on the floor. You want to squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up as high as you can and back down. Make sure your butt touches the ground and then drive back up again. Once we've done that, we're going to move on to our fire hydrants. We want our hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. From there, we're going to take one leg out to the side and back again. Out to the side and back. We want to be careful that as we raise our leg up, we're not sort of tilting through our whole body. We want to keep our body still and just raise up. You want to feel it through this side part of your glutes. So you don't need to necessarily raise up particularly high. We're then going to swap sides and do it on the other side. Once we finish that, we are going to go into crunches, activating through those lower abs, just crunching up part way and back down like that. And then finishing off in a plank hold. So just a normal plank, either on your toes if possible, or you can drop to your knees if you need to as well. Starting off with our glute bridges, lying flat on your back on the floor, bending your knees, squeeze your glutes and raise your hips up. Really focus on squeezing those glutes at the bottom and using that to push your hips as high as you can. Try not to crunch through that lower back. We want our back to be nice and straight, just using our glutes and hamstrings. Got fire hydrants up next. Making sure those hands are directly under our shoulders, knees under our hips. We are raising one leg out to the side and back in again. Keep that knee bent as you raise up. Try to keep those hips steady. Few more till that siren. And swapping sides, we are doing fire hydrants on the other side. Focusing on staying balanced through the leg that's on the floor. Raising that other leg up as far as you can while keeping your hips steady. You want to really feel this one through the side part of your glutes. And crunches are up next. Try and squeeze through those lower abs. Crunch up, try and hold at the top for a second and then control back down. We really want to focus on activating those lower abs before we crunch up, ladies. Doing well, keep going with this till the siren. Alright, it is plank time, setting up on your forearms and popping up onto your toes if you can, or alternatively, we can plank on our knees. well, team. Draw that belly button in towards our spine. Hold that plank strong. Making sure our butt is not up in the air, but our hips are also not sagging down towards the floor. Getting ready for round 2, we've got our glute bridges coming up next. Lift those hips off the ground as high as you can. You want to try and really feel this through those glutes. Try not to overextend your back on this exercise. Fire hydrants are up next. Raising that leg up as high as you can while keeping those hips steady. Feeling the burn through that glute, ladies. Keep going. Swapping sides, we've got fire hydrants on the opposite side. Feeling that glute really working as we raise our leg up to the side. Keeping a nice neutral spine, doing really well. Last 10 seconds, finish it off. All right, it's crunches coming up next. Squeezing through those lower abs, crunch up, hold for a second, control down. Feeling the burn through those abdominals, team. Really focus on activating those abs during this exercise. And our plank is up next.
belly button in towards our spine. We want a nice flat back, neutral spine. Keep holding that plank. Stay on those toes if you can. Remember, if you do get a sore lower back, you can drop down to your knees. Glute bridges are up next. Raise those hips up nice and high. Hold at the top for a couple of seconds, control back down. Fire hydrants are up next. Keep pushing, ladies. We want to really get that burn through those glutes. Swapping sides on those fire hydrants. Keeping those hips steady as we raise up to the side. Keep your stomach drawn in so our abs are firing. We've got a nice flat back during this exercise. Almost there, finish off this exercise. Crunches are up next. Really engage through those lower abs, ladies. Hold at the top for a second. And finishing off the round with a plank. Keep holding this plank strong, ladies. You are almost there. Keep that core engaged.
Great job, ladies, doing really well. We've got one more strength circuit to continue. I've got 4 exercises. This time we're focusing on upper body and core. So we're going to start off with doing some push-ups. For our push-ups, we want our hands a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You can stay on your knees for this one. Pop your chest and hips down to the ground and then drive up. Chest and hips down and up like that. We want to really make sure we push through our chest muscle. After that, we're going to go into a core exercise, so spinning round, lying flat on our back, and just pop your feet up like this. We then want to pretend like we're climbing a rope up to our feet. Keep your shoulders off the ground. You should feel that burn through those abs. We're then going to do a high plank hold, so we want our hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to pop up onto our toes like this. We just want a nice straight line through our body. This one's really, really good for your core, but also your posture. Then once we finish that, we're going to do a back exercise. So lying flat on our stomach, I want you to move your hands into 2 right angles like this. Lying on the ground, squeeze your shoulder blades, raise up as high as you can, back down. Up like that, back down, getting a really good squeeze through those shoulder blades. That is a back exercise for us and really good for posture as well. I'm going to pop 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to have 10 seconds to move into the next position, and we'll go through for 3 rounds. Let's get started.
Starting off with our push-ups, let's go. Making sure those hands are just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. As we go down into the push-up, make sure our chest and our hips come down at the same time. At the bottom of the push-up, squeeze through that chest muscle and drive up. We've got rope climb sit-ups coming up next. Raising those legs up in the air, we want to keep our shoulders off the ground the whole time, reaching up and climbing that imaginary rope towards our feet. Should feel that burn through those abs, ladies. We've got our high plank up next, so setting up on your toes, hands underneath our shoulders. So this one should start burning through those shoulders. We want to take the pressure, yes, through our upper body, but also through our core, our glutes, and our legs. Holding that posture really well, team. And popping down to the ground, we have got 2 right angles at each arm, raising those arms up overhead. Squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top, control back down. Remember, we want to hold at the top for a second, so we're not going too fast on this one. Good job, ladies. Circuit 1 done. Starting our next circuit with push-ups. Let's go. Squeezing through that chest at the bottom, driving up. Remember, if you need an alternative for this, you can do those push-ups against the wall as well. Rope climb sit-ups coming up. Keeping that core engaged, let's try and drive up a little bit higher this time towards our feet. Don't let those shoulders hit the ground, ladies. Stay up the whole time. We've got our high plank hold up next, setting up with our hands directly underneath our shoulders. Well done, ladies. Hold this high plank really strong. Try not to let the knees touch the ground until the siren. If this is getting a bit hard and you do need to drop down to a normal plank, go for it. Alright, lying flat on the ground, ladies, on our stomach, bending those arms. We've got a sort of a letter L shape up next. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Let's go through this circuit one more time. We've got push-ups coming up next. Keep pushing, ladies. We are almost there. Rope climb sit-ups coming up next. Keep those shoulders off the ground. Climb that rope up towards your feet. See how high you can get. High plank hold up next. Keeping really good posture on this exercise. Draw that belly button in towards our spine. We want a nice flat back. And final exercise of today, ladies, lying flat on your stomach. We have got our arms bent at 90-degree angles, working through that upper back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together.
Great job, ladies. That is today's low impact strength workout done and dusted. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to do this workout again anytime you feel like a lower impact workout, or if you just want to work on some of these exercises to keep progressing. Great job, and we will see you again soon. Bye.